everyone, happy Wednesday and welcome to our weekly crafty session. I believe this is number 83, could be 82, but I think it's 83. So welcome to my craft room. I'm excited to be with you. My name is Ann Granger and I'm an independent demonstrator here in Canada with Stampin Up. I have been a demonstrator for 16 years and I'm loving every minute of it. So welcome to our Wednesday night lives. Every Wednesday night, I go live with you where I will pick a product and create 3 projects around it. So it's kind of like a free tutorial to you. Each week, I'll share the projects, I'll share the measurements, and then after, usually a couple days after, I will post the video to my YouTube channel and to my blog, and I will share all the measurements with you. So welcome, welcome. If it's your first time joining, we're excited to have you. And if you're a returning favorite fan, thank you so much for supporting me on these Wednesday night journeys. All right, I popped on just a few minutes early so Facebook can let you know that I've gone live and it gives me a chance to check my settings. I hope you've all had a great day. It was a balmy one here in Ontario. It was like 7 degrees. The sun was shining. Like, I actually felt like we were in Florida. No, I'm just joking, but it did feel nice considering on Friday last week, we were minus 26 with the wind chill. It was very, very cold. Now, tomorrow's supposed to be plus 10, but lots of rain. So, it's always rainy days are good days for crafting in my world. So welcome, welcome. So this week, I have a few things to remind you of, and then we're gonna jump right in and get into our crafting. I have 3 projects designed around one of my favorite bundles from the new January to April catalog. So, if you're here, say hi, let me know you're here. And if you're watching on the replay, let me know you're watching on the replay. I know some nights are busy nights and maybe we can't always watch live, but just know that you can always go back and watch the replay because it is here. So let me flip my camera and let's get started so I can share with you our fun projects designed around one of my favorite bundles in the January to April catalog. So hold on, I'm going to flip my camera so you're going to see my blinds. And then I'm going to flip you up, if I can get there. And I'm just going to check to make sure I look straight, I think. Everything looks straight on there. Hi, Katie. Thanks you for joining. Okay, I think I look great. If someone can tell me if everything looks great, they can see, that would be great. So, just a few reminders for you. Celebration is happening and still on. You have till February 28th to purchase or to earn a free item from this catalog. So there's many ways you can earn. Place a $60 order here in Canada, multiple orders of 60. So if you did $60, say 65, you would get a celebration level 1. And you will see that by the orange stickers. And then if you see, I think my camera is just a little crooked here, so let me change it. Okay, and then if you see, you place a $120 order, you can choose 2 level 1s, or you can choose one of the level 2s, which I call it, it's the 120. So level 1 or level 2. So this catalog goes till, celebration goes to February 28th. There is only 1 celebration. So if you've been a fan of Stampin' Up! In the past, we've had 2 celebrations, 1 in the summer, and we're not. This year, there's only 1. So today is February 8th, so we only have 20 more days to get our celebration items that we want. You can also join Stampin' Up! In my fabulous Stamp2Cre8 team. We have a lovely group of ladies from across the country, and you have 3 options. 1, you could purchase get the exclusive Boho Boo machine and a choice of $225 worth of product, and you only pay $175 here in Ontario. No shipping and no taxes on that. Or maybe you don't want the blue one, you want the white one, you have that same option. Pick out $225 worth of product, only pay $175. And then you have the choice of just $225 worth of product. How fun would that be? I would love to go shopping on that. I would totally be jumping all over this if I was not a demonstrator already, because that's an amazing deal. All right. If you have any questions, we would love to have you, and I will be sharing more about that as we go. Okay, this catalog, January to April, only 4 months. It's a short time frame, and I'm going to tell you some things have already sold out. Sadly, and I don't even know what page it's on. Let me see if I can find it here. There was Let me see if I can find it quickly. The Lucky Clover Punch went with the Lucky Clover bundle. Let's see if I can, oh, right here. So this one right here. This stamp set is sold out and no longer available. Punches take a very long time to come from overseas, and Stampin' Up just can't get it back in time before the catalog is done. But you can still get this stamp set. This is an easy one you can fussy cut. I'm excited. I'm going to be showcasing this in the near future. My family is Irish, so when I saw this, I was like all over it. I was like, I have to have a clover punch just to make cards for my mom and my aunts. So this is January. This runs out, last day of this is May 1st, so you want to make sure you get that. This big catalog also runs out on May 1st, it retires on May 1st, so watch for some updates coming soon regarding what is leaving us on the last chance list. Just a reminder, I quickly want to show you this because we will be using one of the colors tonight, and it kind of sneaks up on us. So these are our color collections, right? We have 4 fabulous color collections plus an in color. This group right here, the 2021-2023, these colors will be leaving us at the end of, on May 1st. So Polished Pink, Pale Papaya, Evening Evergreen, Soft Succulent, and Fresh Freesia. So I always say at this time of game, protect your investment. What do I mean by that? Do you have an ink pad? Do you have a re-inker sort? Because if you have an ink pad, you need to re-inker. If you don't have a re-inker, your ink pad's useless. Do you have the blends you want? Do you have the cardstock? Do you have maybe the designer series paper that you love? Check all that, because once that last chance list comes out, these are the things that fly off first, and it's usually the refills. So stock up now, get them before that list comes out. All right. That is enough about talking and sharing. Like I said, lots of fun things happening. If you have any questions, you can email me, message me, or ask me on this Facebook Live. All right, so one of my favorite products from the January to April is Share a Milkshake. We are huge ice cream fans in my house, and we love milkshakes, we love sundaes, we love ice cream cones. We love anything that has to do with ice cream. We could eat it 365 days if we could. So when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get this. This will make the best birthday cards. You could use it for Valentine's Day. You could do it just for maybe for like a love card, or you just wanted to celebrate somebody. There's so much you can do. So we are making 3 cards designed around this night. The other product that I am using in this is the Styling Shapes. If you follow me in my Facebook Lives, you know that I'm a huge fan of anything that is stitched. So currently these are, I believe, unavailable, but they do have more coming. It's one of my favorites. I love how they nestle in and everything together. All right, so let's get started. So our first project today, if you have any questions, let me know as we're going along here. So my first project is actually a case from myself. I kind of made a card similar to it a few weeks ago, and I was like, you know what? We're totally going to case ourselves. Sometimes when I sit down to create, I'll look for ideas online, and sometimes I'll just be like, I'm going to case a card that I did in the past, and that's what I did. So I'm using thick white. Anytime I'm using card bases that are white, I use thick white. I love it. So my measurement is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Not to worry, I'm going to put these measurements up. Not sure if I'm going to do it tonight. But I will say it'll be up in the next few days. I have a couple busy nights with some appointments. So yeah, okay, let me get my scissors and everything out that I need. All right, so you have 4 strips of DSP. They are 3/4 by 4 1/4. And what I'm going to do is we're actually just going to, actually I want to stamp first, so I just know my laning of where it's going to go. All right, we're using Sweet Sorbet. So I actually paired my projects tonight with the Country Gingham Designer Series paper. That is also from the mini catalog, the January to April mini. Currently right now, that is unavailable, but Stampin' Up does have some more coming. So if you are a huge fan of Gingham, you are going to love this. All right, Stampin' in Sweet Sorbet. That is one of the new in colors that came out last May. Hey Betsy, thanks for joining us tonight. Hope you're having a great day. All right, so let's just move this out. Always close your ink pads because you don't want to stick your hands in them. I tend to do that. So yeah. All right, so I stamped that, and I'm going to fold my card again just so I know where I'm going. Okay, and I've already done some stamping. I guess I didn't stamp that. Okay, so we're going to go mint macaron, sweet sorbet, mint macaron, and sweet sorbet. So I'm literally just placing them to make sure that I'm happy with them. I'm happy with that, so I'm going to go and, yes, me too, Betsy. I love this sweet. I really hope this sweet carries over. I think there's some fun things you could do with it. I just like that there's so many possibilities. It's not just one, like, oh, you're making a milkshake. You can make so much with it. All right, so I'm literally just doing a pattern of a mint macaron sweet sorbet, mint macaron sweet sorbet. So if you were in the primary class, that would be an A-B pattern. Sorry, my school kids coming out to me, day job coming out. All right, I have cut out a scalloped die cut from the scalloped contour dies. And I've already actually stamped our cherry, 2 of our ice creams. They're the sweet sorbet. And I'm just going to set this to the side right at the moment. I thought I did the green, but oh, it's because I did it on here. That's why. All right, so I'm going to bring in a paper piercer mat because when you're using a photo palmer, because they don't have that red rubber, you really want to give it a bit of a cushion. Let me get a new, oh, this. Well, look at that. I have this or that. Obviously, I was doing something with that. So we're going to use these 2 stamps right here. So we're using the glass, the milkshake glass, and we're using the outline for the milkshake glass. Okay. So I'm just going to put these all over here. Just gives me some more room. All right, so we are going to stamp in mint macaroon, however you would like to say it. Now, I found you can do it either way. I just found this way a little bit easier. I'm going to bring this a little closer so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to stamp my outline in full force of the mint macaron. Always get in the habit of cleaning your stamps because if you, go to stamp in, say, purple, and then you don't clean your stamp and you re-stamp in orange, you're definitely going to have purple ink in your orange. Okay, so I'm re-stamping my glass, but I don't want it to be very dark. So I'm actually going to stamp off a few times because I want it to be a softer tone. Now, I found because I already did those outlines, it's a little easier for me to match up my cup. And then there's where it looks like that. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. I think I'm a little on the crooked side right now, but that's okay. That's what happens. Maybe my milkshake is tipping over because the milkshake is full of yummy deliciousness. All right, we are going to bring in our 2 floats. Let's call them floats because they are yummy milkshakes. And maybe this one is, I'm going to say this one is a strawberry flavor. And we're just going to put that right there. And now I'm going to put this one on top, but I don't want to put like pop-ups down here because I want it to lay flat in my thing. So I'm actually just going to put a pop-up up near the top. And it's going to look like that. So there it's that. And I actually have already cut out a little cherry. Sometimes when I cut things out, I store them in my cases so that when I open my case, I know exactly where it is. So that's where it is. I just store them in there. Neat little trick. Okay, so we have like a little cherry on top. And we're going to use with a little dimensional. So if you're a huge fan of our dimensionals, make sure you buy these mini ones because they're like the bomb. It's so fun. I didn't buy them for the longest time, and then I was like, oh my gosh, they're so cute. So there is our cherry. Okay, so now we're gonna pop this up, and I'm gonna use my big dimensionals for that. As I said, I go live every Wednesday night, and I pick a product of the week, and then I design my products around that. So when I first saw this milkshake bundle, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have that. It was one of the first ones I ordered. And I have a rule in my craft room that things sit in a basket and can't go on my shelf until I create with them. Because if I don't, they get put on my shelf, and then I'm like, that's not good. Like, then I retires, and I'm like, what the heck? It's just like, you know, hasn't been used or well loved. All right, so these adhesives, adhesive backed gems are my favorite. This is actually melon mambo. But when you pair it with sweet sorbet, you really cannot tell the difference. I love how close it looks. So there is, so these are the oblique adhesive backs. So white, fresh freesia, melon mambo, and gorgeous grape. So, but as I said, when you pair this with sweet sorbet, it really pulls in that sweet sorbet color. All right, so there is our first card featuring the Shake a Milkshake. I kind of went a little higher. I'll just bring in my sample. You can see I went a little lower with the way I did the patterning. So there's our first project, super cute. And if you remember, if you followed me, you would have seen I done this with the Country Floral Suite. I used this same layout, so I think that's kind of adorable. All right, let's move on to our second project. Our second project was a case from the catalog, actually. Sometimes when, thanks, Katie. Is it Katie or Catherine? I think it's Catherine. It is Catherine. Sorry if I messed up your name there, because I know that what it feels like. Sometimes I'm Anne, but it's always Anne. Are you Anne with an E or without an E? And I am Anne with an E. Actually, my name is my full name. I get called my middle name a lot, but usually not on. Most people just call me by my name. So, all right, this one has a lot of pieces to it. As you can see, look, they're all like right here. Okay, so let me just put this here. So we are using Blushing Bride. And I have a piece that is going to go here. And I have a piece that's going to go in our middle. So let's put that. And then I have I am using some vellum. It's called the Vellum Basics. It's in the January to April catalog. It has 3 different patterns. It's kind of really cool paper. So that is going to go down. Oh, actually, I cut out the 3. That's why it had so many pieces. So in this Vellum Basics pack, one is polka dots. I'm Kathleen. Oh, my mother-in-law's name was Kathleen. I love that name. So one was polka dots, one is stripes, and one is floral. So really cool Vellum Basic. It's hard to tell in the picture in the catalog, but it is from the January to April book. So that is a cool thing for you to check out. All right, so we are doing some stamping, and then I will show you all the pieces that I have. So let's just bring back in this little piece here. I'm just gonna, I know it's kind of, I need to find a new piece, but I'm not gonna do that right now. Okay, in this set, it has hearts. I'm a huge fan of hearts. I love hearts. I love adding them to my thank you cards. Everything you always, if you place an order with me, you get a thank you card in the mail, and I always sign it with a little heart. Just my way. Okay, so this has 3 hearts. I'm actually going to bring back in my paper piercer, just because we want that. And I'm going to use Blushing Bride. And my Blushing Bride is a very old ink pad, so it's kind of looking a little silly right now, just so you know. Okay, so I'm randomly going to stamp hearts in the background. Anyway, I'm just randomly doing them. Okay, just like that, and then I just kind of go in and fill where I feel there might need some. That looks good. All right, so we're gonna clean that off. Okay, so I have my scrub pad just sitting off the side. Here's another thing. Get in the habit of taking these off your blocks when you're done with them, because these things are so blinking small and they stick to everything that you could lose them. Trust me, I've had to go looking for some and it's not fun. I've heard people say they've lost them and then they can't find them, and they literally find them like a week later, stuck to something. Okay, so let's move that off to the side. So there we have that. We're going to put our vellum piece on. Now, I actually just going to hold that for a minute because I want to show you what I'm doing and where I'm going to put my glue. Right here is a waffle cone. This came from the dies. Let me show you. So this Shake a Milkshake die. I love that Stampin' Up! Is now naming the dies that correspond with the stamp set or bun, which is lovely. Because sometimes before they would call them like milkshake dies, and then you're like, what goes with what? But I love it because now I know these go with the share milkshake. Right here is a waffle cone. So I've already die cut that out. This is using soft sabre. No, sorry, so saffron. Where'd that come from? And then you're just going to fold in the little pieces. So I'm just folding the edges. Oops, here, let's make my cone. Like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to put adhesive on this side here. And I'm going to put it like that. So you could use your cone to go like this. I actually flipped it over to create my cone like this. And I just went over a little bit on the thing. So I'm going to cut that. So my cone looks like this. I wanted a vanilla cone, a waffle. Are you a fan of regular cones, or do you get a waffle cone when you go out? I tend to get a waffle cone. I've already stamped my images just to save some time, and I was cutting them out and trying to decide what I want to do. This is stamped in polished pink. This is stamped in clips of coral, and this is stamped in blushing bride. So I already did 3. I stamped them, and then I die cut them out with my mini die cutting machine with this die. So I love that you can stamp an image and die cut it out, or you can just use this and die cut it out. So there's lots of different ways to use this. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to build our little ice cream cone. I would love to know, when you go get ice cream, are you a 1 scoop, 2 scoop, or 3 scoop? I'm usually 2 scoops. And my favorite here in Canada, I'm not sure if it's across the world or what, but we have a flavor called Moose Tracks. It's vanilla ice cream with peanut butter cups, chocolate swirls in it. It's like my favorite. And my local town has a little ice cream shop. It's so good. All right, so I have made my cone 3 layers. We're going to call this like a rainbow cone. So with vellum and adhesive, sometimes you see that adhesive through, and I don't really want to see that on my card. So what I'm going to do is just put this down and know that my adhesive could go like right here in the middle. I find that that will be pretty good to hold it down. And if you're one that's like, oh, I don't want this like flapping up, you could put adhesive like little dots in the corner. And I actually think I did. So I'm just going to show you what that will look like so you can see. I'm just going to bring my take a pick in here. And hopefully I can, sometimes you can see them, sometimes you can't. So it's just totally up to you whether you like that look or not. But if you're not a fan of having your pieces pop up, then that's okay. And honestly, people aren't going to look at your card and go, oh my gosh, she put a glue dot in the corner. They're going to be marveled at how beautiful your card is. So, because you can't buy handmade cards. You can't buy cards like these in a store. Like, truly getting a handmade card is like you're getting a hug from a person. And they truly made that card individually for you. So that's a nice thought. Okay. Before we do this, I actually want to put some ribbon twine on my cone here. So I'm just going to wrap some white twine around my cone here, and I'm going to pinch there. And just put that like that. So there you can see I have that, and then I'm just going to take some twine and make a bow. So if you, I'm just trying to fix my bow here, just give me a minute. I always like to like twist it and fix it. And then, somehow, there we go. Then I kind of hold it and then I just pull my ends to get it the way I like it. And then we go like this, and I always cut off the extra and put my twine away. Where'd my bow go? There it is. And then I just pick up, I always put my bow to my glue dot. I find that much easier than trying to do it the other way. And right there, we're just gonna put a little bow. Now, I mean, you don't really have bows on ice cream cones, but mine does. So that's the one thing about making a paper craft. You can do them however you want. All right, so we're going to pop this up. And I think, I don't want to make sure my pop-up doesn't be seen on the other side. Oh, of course I put some of the paper. All right, so there is that. We're just gonna pull off these dimensionals. So if you are thinking, oh my gosh, I need to have this stamp set, I don't have it, I love this bundle, you could head to my online store, which is www.stamp2Cre8, click shop now. That will take you to my Stampin Up online store, and you can use this host code during the checkout, and then you will get a handmade card from me. If your order is over, I'm just cutting off, $50, you will get a free embellishment from me as my way of saying thank you. Plus, you earned points towards a free stamp set. So when you get 8 circles, you get a $40 product credit from me that you can choose. So how fun is that? You get to pick whatever you want. Most people pick products, some people pick stamp sets. Okay, I've already die cut out the hearts. We're gonna use this little heart here, and I'm just gonna put a little glue dot on it. And we're just gonna kind of tuck it in I should have probably popped that up before I glued that down. I probably can't do that. So we're just gonna stick that right there. You know what, I'm actually gonna pick a bigger one because I can't. I should have popped, there's like a little slit and I think I glued that down so I can't open it. So we're just gonna cover that up and make like a little heart. There, it's like a fancy little heart on top. Okay, so then I'm going to use, I've already cut a piece of white, and I'm going to use the greeting that says, where's my stamp set? Life is sweeter with you, which I thought was a super cute one. And we're going to stamp it in the polished pink. So remember, polished pink is one of those in colors that will be leaving us on when is it leaving? Oh, May 1st. Trying to think. All right, so I just stamped. And I'm going to just kind of go closer to my end here, and you'll see why. So life is sweeter with you. All right, let's close that up. And I have our Pick a Banner punch, and we're just going to, I think I want to trim it a little bit. We're just going to use it. So what I usually do is I usually like to put my words down so that when I flip over, I can see if my words are going to be cut off, because you really don't want to cut your words off. That would just make you not happy, because then you would have to restamp it, which I guess is okay. But all right, so then we're just going to pop this. I'm going to put some adhesive here in the middle, but we're going to put a dimensional on either side. So just like this. And we're gonna just go like that. Oh, actually, I'm gonna come down a little bit. So it's just like there. And there you go. There is our second project of the night. So there is my sample, and there is the one we made tonight. This was actually a case from the January to April catalog. How cute is that? So cute. Okay, moving on to our third project of the night. I love when I'm like, you know, scrolling on Facebook or Instagram and I see a layout that I like. I always save it, and then when I'm looking for some inspiration, I'll go back to those layouts. This layout was inspired by Rhonda Wade. She was showcasing something, and I was like, oh, I really like that layout. So I thought, let's give it a try. So once again, we're using thick white as our base. And not to worry, like I said, I will put all these measurements up for you. I try to get them done before I do my Facebook Live, but I've had a couple Zoom calls and yeah, I was just running behind. Okay, so we have a 4x5¼ layer. Once again, I'm using those scallop contour dies, which are a must in your craft room if you're a huge fan of scallop. I've already die cut and stamped and die cut our sweet sorbet. I've already done a little red sweet sorbet cherry. I've also done a chocolate piece because you can never have enough chocolate sauce on your ice cream. I've actually already stamped my glass, so I did soft suede on one side and early espresso. So soft suede was my glass, I did stamp off, and then early espresso was my dark. And then I have a banner from the stitched banner, and then I have 2 pieces of the cottage gingham DSP, and then 2 pieces of our sweet sorbet. So we're just going to move all these off to the side, and I'm going to grab these 2 sweet sorbets, and I'm just going to bring in my little piece here, and I'm going to bring in my sweet sorbet. And I'm going to grab those little stars again. Not stars. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk. The little hearts. And I'm just randomly going to stamp some hearts near the bottom. Just like that. Okay. Close this up because we don't want to stick my finger in it. Now. Move this up. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to piece one here and one here. One is going to go like this, and one is going to go like this. So you're just literally going to lay them down and figure out how you like them. Don't worry about this white space because it will be covered up with your die cut. So once you're happy with that, I would go ahead and hear it down. So like that. Like that. And then you're going to go ahead and do your... That's okay, I'll be a little closer on this one. So it's kind of a fun little layout. I think this layout would be great to use for like a Christmas card or anything like that. Now we're going to do our die cut. So we're actually going to pop up the glass. So the milkshake glass. So like I said, I stamped the glass part in soft suede and the like glass design in early espresso. We're going to go ahead and put on our, oops, and I want to make sure I leave that open. Our cherry, our thing. So I'm just going to go and put that like that. We're going to put on our little chocolate sauce because can't have a sundae without chocolate sauce because that's just yummy. We're going to grab a glue dot. And we're going to put our cherry on top because that's just the way to end it. Now, I have here a piece of white and I'm going to show you there is a stamp in here that creates a straw. Now, you can die cut this because there is a die cut, or you can just simply fussy cut it. Probably for the video, I'm just going to simply fussy cut it. It's pretty easy. Now, if it was complicated, I definitely would get out the dies. So I'm actually, while I have this out, I'm actually going to stamp our greeting so then I can put that ink pad away. I'm a person who likes to tidy up as I go so I don't have a big mess on my desk. Because I find when you have a big mess on your desk, sometimes you can't create and sometimes you can't find anything. Okay, so I'm stamping Celebrate in our banner, just like that. And I'm going to put that away. All right. So let's just, we're just going to go quickly up. Leave a little bit of a white space. Just like that. Up like that. Oh, and I'll probably just trim it up here. And like that. So I just literally trimmed it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a glue dot on the back of it. But what we're going to do, oops, my glue dots rules just kind of went flying. We're going to stick this in our milkshake glass. And there we go. So just the glue dot just helps keep it in place. Now you have like a cute little milkshake where you're drinking it. How cute is that? This bundle is very popular among demonstrators. I have seen a lot of samples on Pinterest and social media. So if you're trying to decide like, ooh, I like what Ann did, I'm not sure if I still, go check out, Google the shake. I want to call it shake. It should be Shake a Milkshake, but it's called Share a Milkshake. And you will see tons of samples with it. Oh, look at that. I just ran out of adhesive. Do I have more? No, not right here. So we're just going to quickly put this down. Like I said, I ran out. And it's always in the other side of the room, so I'm not going to go grab it. All right, and we're going to put this down. Just like that. Just give it a minute. Make sure I let it stick. Then we're going to bring in our dimensionals. And we're going to put them at the end. Aw, thanks, Betsy. I think it's the pattern, Betsy. I know, I really like this card too. And I don't know if it's the colors, the layout. Oh, I don't know. It's just, I really like it. I'm actually going to put a glue dot here at the end because I was trying to do my tape runner when I don't have any tape in it. Let's try this again. Oh my gosh, it will not pick up. Okay. There you go. There is our there. And our finishing touch is we're going to bring back in those adhesives. And we're going to pick up, oops, wrong end, some white ones. And we're going to put one down here and two up here. All right. So let me share with you our finished card. How adorable is this? Is that not cute? I love this card. I think I agree. I love this card. I don't know what it is about it. I don't know if it's the layout, the pieces, or just... Ah, thanks, Betsy. You're going to love this class. Your customers will love it. They love this one. Okay, so let's bring our 3 cards in that we made tonight. So card number 1 was this one. Card number 2 was this one. And card number 3 was this one. So there is your weekly projects designed around the Share a Milkshake bundle. So you definitely want to get this bundle. I wouldn't wait much longer. If you're looking at dies and punches, honestly, get them before March. Because after that, you're not guaranteed to get them if Stampin' Up's not carrying them over. So this is a must. You need this in your collection. If you're a fan of ice cream, you need this in your collection. Look at the cute cards you can make. All right, I'm also going to share with you just a few other cards that I made. So let me just roll these ones over. So my team member, Patty, made this one. She used Balmy Blue, and she made a sweet little waffle cone, and she did the hearts in the background, so super cute. She also did the exact same card, but in Blushing Bride. So another super cute card. I love how this one, she used the Country Floral Lane for this. Oh, the Country Floral Lane for both of these DSPs, but these panels are actually the stitched rectangles dyed. So how cute is that? And then, as I said, if you love to join Stampin' Up, the family, and see sneak peeks and belong to a community and a crafting group, my team of Stamp2Cre8 would love to have you. Each Tuesday I go live with my team and I give them updates, but we always have to finish our night off with some stamping. So this is what I did last night. Life is sweeter with you. We had to use a sundae bowl. And this is a fancy fold. So this card opens like this, and then you open it like this. So how fun is that? Can't find that in the store. That is definitely a handmade love card right there. So that is a fancy fold. I'm just going to put that there so that it stays. And then I created 3 cards. So like a casual beginner avid. So if you're a beginner stamper, maybe this is something you just have the stamps in the ink. So there's that one. Looks like a bubblegum float. And then if you're a casual, you like Stampin' Up products, or you like stamping, so you're going to step it up a little bit. So I stepped this card up by adding the red hashtag, which comes in the die. I added a little bit of glitter onto my bubbles. And I did the same colors throughout. I just added a straw. But now if you're an avid person, you're kind of like hooked like me, and you love crafting all the time, and you just love spending time in your room creating. Well, this would be your avid card, because you probably want to use some more dies and punches. And there is our 3 cards. So simple, beginner, casual, and avid. So as you can see, there is many cards that you can create with this Share a Milkshake bundle. I hope that I have inspired you tonight to look at this bundle. Maybe you haven't seen it in a catalog. You're thinking, what bundle is it? I'll show you where you can find it. It is in our January to April catalog. It's right here on page 12. So you can purchase the stamp set, or you can purchase the dies, but the best way to get it is a bundle, because you save 10%. So, and then right there is the adhesives that I used. So all right there, as you can see, more samples that you can use with this. Highly recommended. It's one of my top favorite bundles in this catalog. All right, so just let's do a quick recap. If you would like to place an order for any of the products that you've seen tonight, head to my blog, which is www.stampwithann.com, and click shop now. It'll take you to my online store, and at checkout, make sure you use this. $50 will get you an embellishment from me and a thank you card in the mail, and $60 will get you a free celebration. I will post the measurements for, let's pull these back in, for these 3 cards we made. I will post all the measurements. I will upload this blog video to my blog into YouTube. So if you don't follow me on YouTube, come follow me on YouTube, because that is how you get to know when my Facebook Lives go, when I post them. And make sure you follow me on my blog for some weekly inspiration. I try to post to my blog 3 times to 4 times a week, and I will be sharing other, so what I do is I pick the product, and then I will share these projects that I made with you. And make sure you sign up for my newsletter, because I give you a weekly roundup. So on Sundays, I do a roundup of all the projects we made, because sometimes during the week we're just not on social media. And, maybe you miss seeing projects, but at least with the weekly roundup, it'll direct you right to the blog post that has those pictures in it. So then you can see the card and everything else you need to know. All right, everyone. Thanks, Betsy. Thanks, Catherine. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and I look forward to seeing you. Okay, so I usually go live every Wednesday night. I will not be going live next Wednesday night. I have a big scrapbook fundraiser on this Saturday, and I will need that night to finish prepping and just making sure that everything is good to go. So I will see you in 2 weeks. But not to worry, I'll be posting on social media next week, and I'll be sharing you all the behind the scenes of my scrapbooking crop. And yeah, so just make sure you follow me. If you're not in my Stamp with Ann Facebook group, ask to join it. We're doing some fun things over there this month. All right, everyone, have a great rest of your night, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, everyone.